Alright tubers, 3 Bear Metal over here. Today guys, I'm going to do you guys a video on these Chinese ATVs. I've had a lot of questions about them. I've had a lot of them coming in and out of the shop here. And I want to do a video for you guys so you know what to look for, what to look out for, and how you know if you're going to get a good one or not, because these things are hit and miss. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, what I got here, I got a Ace Power Chinese ATV. And I just got done putting head gaskets in it, head gasket and cylinder gaskets, because these things, they blowed already. This thing is, what year is this one? This is a 2019, right there. The 2019, right there, 2019. And they're all made by the same company. Yuan Kang, is that called Ching Ching Walla Walla Bing Bang Industries? This particular one here came into the shop and the back wheels had fallen off of it. Well, right here, there's a cotter pin that goes for these wheels. When I got this bike, this pin was not there. In fact, the hole that this pin goes through, when you put on this castle nut with the lock washer, that hole wasn't even visible. So I had to take the castle nut off, and you might be able to see it on this side here. I had to grind this thing down to open it up more. The front one had it, okay? But also this bike here, when I got it, they say it ran great for a couple of hours and it just stopped. So I pulled apart the carburetor. Now the carburetor in these things, as you can see here, this carburetor, I put little Allen screws back in this. The screws that most of these come with they're security screws. You can't get them out. So what you got to do, hopefully I got one on the desk over here still. Here's one right here. No, it's not. But I might not have one on the desk anymore. But what I had to do was, had to drill it, tap it. Sorry about the camera right now going all over the place. Bear with me here. I'm just trying to find something. Because I had to take and drill into these things. Here we are. Here's one right here. So when you get these things, it's just a focus, motherfucker. It's just a flat screw. But I had to drill into it, tap it, and use the easy out to pull these damn things out. So when you're going to go service the carburetor, these things, you can't do it unless you got a set of easy outs. Because that's what you're going to have to do. Another thing with these damn bikes is, inside of here is your alternator, stator, whatever you want to call it. And this charges your battery and fires your ignition system and runs your lights and all this stuff. Do not jump these things, okay? Charge the battery. And they got a shitty little cheap battery in most of them. Because if you jump it, now the thing, it only has like a freaking 3 amp stator in there. Now the thing has to charge the battery, run your lights, and fire your ignition system, and it burns them out. And they burn out fast. So, another thing about these damn bikes is sometimes this little retainer here, these bolts here will come out, this retainer falls off, your sprocket falls off. Another thing I've noticed is, I haven't had one of these things yet. These here are your head bolts in the front. These head bolts, you tighten them to between 12 and 15 foot-pounds. If you got a small torque wrench that comes out, I made them 150 inch-pounds. When this thing came in, those things were 75 inch-pounds. So these things weren't even put on there at all. So it started leaking out the head gasket, the cylinder gasket started leaking out, and it blew them. So I had to replace that, tighten those things down. Another thing is, I put this inline fuel filter here myself. These damn tanks, when you get debris in them, come straight in, go straight into your carburetor, and clogs them up. Another thing of these damn bikes, this here, if you notice this right here, okay, this here is for adjusting tires. It's a tie rod used for adjusting your tires. Look where the bolts are. Them bolts should be up here to keep this thing from turning. Because look, as I turn this thing, that wheel's starting to move. That wheel's going in and out of alignment right now. So when these things vibrate around, look, look, look. So I guess it was 6-year-old day at the Chinese factory, not 12-year-old day, because that there should be up here on both sides. And look, even the other one back here, done the same damn way. That's what I call poor quality. All in all, though, if you look at this bike, I mean, this bike is, it's built decently. Hey, Kara puppy, one of my dogs. It's built decently, you know, with pretty strong components, but the stuff they put in them is shit. Another thing that happens with these bikes, you get this back rack on here. You know something? Take this back rack off, because what happens is your welds here are going to break, or there. They're going to break off because you get all this weight here rattling around on the back. So you take these racks off. You don't need them. Some of them actually have this tube here slides into another tube and again causes it to break. I had to weld one recently. These things, they come in all kinds of models. You got Teo, you got Ace, you got Panther, you got Quad Power. You know, they got all kinds of different names. Make them sound awesome, but they're not. It depends on the day they're made in the factory. If it's 6-year-old day, fuck it, they're trash. If it's 12-year-old day, they're going to be good. My 6-year-old has one. He's got a one that's called a Panther 110. And I tell you what, it's actually been a really good running bike. But then again, I also know what I'm doing. I know how to work on it. So let's get back to this thing. Another issue you're going to have with these bikes is right here, your brake caliper on the back. These things go bad easy. I've had to replace 2 of them now. But it's actually your brake piston. If your brake pads get low, they fall right out. I've had them where they've gotten low and the pads have literally fallen out. Actually, I had one bike came in here, damn near brand new, didn't even have brake pads in it. So, things you gotta look for. I mean, for what you pay for these things, if you put a couple extra dollars into it when you're done, you can have a pretty decent bike for a kid. But you gotta be careful. I mean, the biggest things to look for are definitely going to be these cotter pins. Because those cotter pins aren't in there, the wheel falls off, guess who's going to crash on their bike? And it ain't their fault. So, be really careful. Make sure them pins are in both fucking sides. What else have I had go on with these things? Hey, look over here, I got a, it's a headlight connection for my sons. The little things, they aren't put on there very well. So I guess I gotta get another connection for that. What else? You can comment down below and I will answer your questions. Oh, another thing is wrong. Yes, it goes wrong all the damn time. This start button. The start buttons. There's one down on the floor down there replaced. So, these start buttons, they go bad. Another thing, yes. Right here. In front of these things is a on-off module. Some of these bikes come with a little remote control, which it's actually on the other side of this bike right now. A little remote control where you can turn the bike off while the kids riding it because they're getting out of control. Well, sometimes these things jump all by themselves. You'll get a free fire just saying, and then will fire up. You know why? Even though you didn't push the button, this little box right here tripped. So you got to find that little starter. You got to unlock the bike. It'll fire back up. But otherwise, you'll keep pushing this button, and then guess what's going to go bad? The button. Guess you're going to be calling then? Me. I've also had, let's say I got the coils go bad a lot. Yeah, this thing here falls out a whole bunch. This is your diode pack here. This thing falls out a lot. There's typically a little place where it hangs up in there. I can't find it right now. But oh, there's nothing. You can see it already happened here too. So right there, this is the wire for your charging system. And it goes off the side of your solenoid here. That breaks a lot. The rubber boots come off of that. And sometimes they'll like hit this frame and short out. Yeah. Your coils, your coil pack over there, them things, they're okay. But I highly recommend when you get these things, pull the spark plug out and put an NKG spark plug in there, or put a Champion spark plug in there. Go ahead and find the right size for your because Just take it to the auto shop. They'll look the damn thing up. Because there's a whole big difference between an American-made spark plug and a Chinese-made spark plug, or a Japanese-made spark plug and a Chinese-made spark plug. You want to replace them damn things, because these... I got a drawer of them up here. Where are they? I got some in here. Yes, I do. Because these little crappy things here, these little crappy things, they're junk. Okay, they're junk. They just randomly fail. And most of the time, if your bike stops running all of a sudden, first thing you check that damn spark plug. They go bad really, really easy. And I had something else happen with these damn bikes. Can't remember this off the top of my head. The starter's actually pretty good on them. All your ground wires are pretty good. But yeah, if you get one of these things, put an inline fuel filter in it. Put an American-made spark plug in it. Make sure your battery's fully charged. Make sure you got your cotter pins in your wheels. And if all that's good, your bike might last a while. Take the back rack off of it, and you won't be too bad off. Other than that, guys, any questions, comment down below. I will answer them. 3 bare minimum. I'm out.